The Right Side with Doug Billings.
Ladies and gentlemen, this broadcast is made possible by the Spreely Network. It is the network, Spreely, for free thought and free people. I want you to go to your app store and download their Freedom Hub. Do it today, ladies and gentlemen. It's much too important. We depend on you. Freedom is waiting. The Freedom Hub from Spreely. Believe it. For the Republic. Cheers.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to The Right Side. Thanks for joining us from around the planet, and especially thanks for joining us in the United States of America. I'm coming to you from smack dab in the middle of the fruited plain between the two shining seashores. Ladies and gentlemen, here to tell you that President Trump will get the GOP nomination for the presidency of the United States. That's a foregone conclusion. But what you don't know, because it's not being reported anywhere but here, is that President Trump is set to get one of the biggest gifts of any presidential nominee. I'm going to tell you what that is in today's show. Ladies and gentlemen, The Right Side with Doug Billings is now upon you. We are in season 4. Are you ready? Let's go.
Hey everybody, my name is General Mike Flynn, and I'm here to do a big shout out for my great friend and one of the best in the business, Mr. Doug Billings. Right Side with Doug Billings, Right Side with Doug Billings. Doug is the future of the airwaves when it comes to independent broadcasters and podcasters. He is the new Rush Limbaugh. He's exactly what America needs right now, looking for honesty, looking for wisdom, looking for truth, looking for patriotism. Listen to Doug Billings at Right Side with Doug Billings. God bless you and God bless America, and thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are winning. We're winning, winning, winning. Welcome to The Right Side with Doug Billings. Are you ready?
We are not liberal snowflakes who melt away in the face of tragedy, adversity, and challenge. We are a covenant nation under God, and His divine providence is not dead and it's not gone. It is living within each and every one of you. And you will bring it to life in such a way that the world has never seen before. We never back down. We never give up. We march forward.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to The Right Side with Doug Billings. We gather over here, as you know, in determined prayer and determined patriotism. Iowa becoming interesting, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen, with the comments that have been made lately by Nikki Haley, and not necessarily comments that she made while she's been in Iowa, but comments that she made a week or 10 days ago when she was in New Hampshire, basically claiming that she can't win Iowa. That's what she said when she was in New Hampshire. And those comments coming back to haunt her in some ways over the Christmas break and the New Year's recently. Some of the GOP Never Trump camp, the GOP Never Trump camp gathered together for strategy meetings over Christmas break. And among the agenda items in this meeting were how to go about preventing, of course, President Trump from getting and winning the GOP nomination. And so what they decided to do, this GOP hierarchy of swamp dwellers, people that are still in the deep state, in order to have a better chance at victory, they need to consolidate their candidates. That's what they've decided. That was what the agenda pointed out to them. The rationale was that 2 or 3 candidates now in the mix is too much. It split up voters too much, etc. And interesting, most of the GOP hierarchy, these people who are swamp dwellers, part of the establishment, you can tell who they are, right? The Lindsey Grahams, the Mitch McConnells, formerly the Liz Cheneys, the Mitt Romneys, and the Nikki Haleys. They want their support to go to Nikki. The swamp does. Of course they do. They need more neocons, people that are going to pursue war and pursue foreign involvement, international involvement, when we don't need to do those things. So that's why you're going to be, if you're paying attention, you're going to be noticing bumps in Nikki Haley's campaign war chest of money. You're going to notice her get more airtime. You're going to notice more of the hierarchy of the Republican swamp come out and support her. Now, notice that anybody who comes out to support her is part of that problem. Clearly, conservatism does not revolve around the neocon platform. It doesn't revolve around endless wars and getting involved in foreign affairs that we have no business or benefit, frankly, in becoming involved in. Now, this has become a tradition in the Republican Party in this rhino swamp. They've convinced a large swath of our party that, yeah, we've got to be involved in foreign affairs. Every single time we get a chance, we've got to insert ourselves. Our national security depends on us getting involved in the Ukraine, for example. That's a lie. It's not true. And so that's why they're coalescing and backing up Nikki Haley now. So watch, people who come out and support her are rhinos and part of the swamp. Now, we don't shun these people. We don't make fun of them. We don't call them names, and we don't say, get out. We try to convince them of the truth. We try to save them. We try to save them from the mistake of voting and becoming rhinos. Conservatism, ladies and gentlemen, does not involve wars. It doesn't involve letting other nations take advantage of America. Conservatism doesn't involve supporting the most corrupt government in the world, i.e., e.g., Ukraine. But in Iowa, the voters up there are smart. And they've been leading the primary season for the last 40 years. They know what they're doing. They view their job as vetting and paring down the candidate list. And if a candidate comes out publicly and states that they can't win in Iowa, as Nikki Haley did when she was in New Hampshire, well, then the people of Iowa tend to move away from that candidate, as do most people. I mean, after all, who wants to back a self-admitted loser, somebody who said basically they can't do it? So in every presidential election, we see this, and I know you know it. There are ebbs and flows among the candidates. One week, candidate A is the favored one. The next week or the next month or the next news cycle, candidate B may be the favored. And eventually, we begin to see a stabilization and, of course, the support around one candidate. Now, this has already happened. The coalescing and the support of that one candidate has already happened. It happened months ago with President Trump. He's so far ahead in Iowa and in the national polls that it's a foregone conclusion, barring any kind of catastrophe. God forbid, Trump will be the GOP nominee for the office of president. There's no denying it. There's no escaping it. Now, when you realize that as a conservative, or at least as someone who thinks they're conservative, claiming to be conservative, someone who belongs to the Republican Party, once this dawns on you, explain to me the logic of supporting anybody else. Is it because you think you're furthering the debate or changing the debate somehow? It's going to be Trump. Conservatives across the country need to coalesce and unify behind President Trump, just as black men are, and Asians are, Hispanics, and the precious independent voter category, all coalescing, supporting President Trump. He leads in all of those. He also leads in the ever-powerful white male candidate pool as well, ladies and gentlemen. So there may be momentary signs of hope for Nikki Haley that you'll see, and some people will shout out on social media, or there may be momentary glimpses of, hope for Ron DeSantis, and people will shout that out, but they will not be substantial, and they will not be permanent. The intellectually mature thing to do if you're a Republican, someone who is truly an American first conservative, is to pull up the camp from DeSantis and Haley and support Trump. This is how we win. And I'm going to explain to you the incredible gift that no one else is talking about that President Trump will have from day one when he takes office. Stay with me, ladies and gentlemen, and please make sure you head over to dougbillings.us, support the show over there. We give you everything for free. Support us voluntarily over there. I will be right back right after this break. Stay with me. Cheers.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.
Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that you could change the trajectory of your aging process? Look and feel better, live younger, be more active, less pain when you move around, sleep better, diminish the lines and the wrinkles on your face? Really? This is what I'm telling you. It's possible. You see, low stem cell activity happens when we get older, and it could be causing many of the health problems that some people have in the world today. Because as we get older, we have less stem cell activity, which means we age faster and we heal slower. The secret is a clinically proven and patented phototherapy non-transdermal patch, whose technology is the result of over 90 clinical studies and over 20 years of research. Your healthier life can begin today, and you can discover true age reversal. Age reversal, ladies and gentlemen. Please go to liveyoungerwithdoug.us. liveyoungerwithdoug.us, ladies and gentlemen. Get over there today. Or if you'd like, text my name, Doug, to 41372. Doug, text it, 41372. And get over to liveyoungerwithdoug.us. Get younger, feel younger. I'm doing it. I'm wearing this patch. I feel great. And so will you. God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. For the Republic. Cheers.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to The Right Side with Doug Billings, where I'm standing with you shoulder to shoulder. We are in this together as we navigate through the purposeful nightmare that the Communist Socialist, formerly known as Democrat Party, have cast upon us. And as we now full force and full speed ahead in the election season, we're together in this and explaining the momentary and temporary glimpses of hope that you may get in Nikki Haley's camp, Ron DeSantis's camp, and leading up to what Trump will have when he becomes president again, an incredible gift that is not being reported anywhere. So we spoke about Nikki Haley, about a little bit about Ron DeSantis, and of course, then there is Vivek Ramaswamy. Now, he's beginning to fade in the primary polling, but he's made a name for himself. He certainly has made a splash in the whole primary season. But because he's put up a campaign that's articulate and it's smart, it resonates with voters, especially independent and young voters. And he's likely going to earn himself a cabinet position. And I think that's ultimately what he's always been after. You know, all of these people, you know, every primary season, and this is no different, people are out to seek name recognition, to build up the recognition of their name, to put it out there so that people become accustomed of seeing and hearing them during election season. So they're not an unknown, they're a known element, and they get their supporters and so forth to support them, and they build that foundation of support. But Ramaswamy is likely going to get, and I'm just making a probable prediction. I'm not saying this is necessarily going to come true, but don't be surprised. Let me offer it to you as food for thought, at least. Don't be surprised if Vivek becomes President Trump's press secretary. Keep your eye on that one. Wouldn't that be a crazy ride? Wouldn't you love to see him keep the Washington, D.C. media pool in check? I think that would be entertaining, and it would be fun. He's by far the most articulate of anybody that you can think of out there. I know there are others who are purposefully putting themselves out there. I think that he would be a great choice, and I think it would be, an entertaining choice. And it's a better choice for him than vice presidency, too. So if we, as America First conservatives, if we're tasked, if you will, with ranking these GOP primary candidates, Nikki Haley, Ron DeSantis especially, I'd have to urge you to contemplate a few things as you begin then to assess them. Things such as these. Which of them has refused to admit that election fraud took place? Which of them tends more to want to engage the United States in foreign conflict and foreign affairs that have no real business of ours? Which of these candidates flip-flops more often than others? And which of these candidates tends to default towards war rather than taking the initiative to negotiate out of it or to stay away from it? The answer to all of those questions is, of course, Nikki Haley. She's all of those things. She's the poster woman for the GOP swamp establishment. You have people on the left, key Democrat, communist, socialist donors donating to the Nikki Haley campaign. That's how they play you if you're a rhino. Support the candidate that most identifies with their line of thinking on the other side, and they support that candidate. She's going to default to war. She already has proven it. That's what she said throughout the entire primary season. She will always default to foreign entanglements, all the while claiming it's in our best interests. This is in the United States' national security interests. And she's lying. That's what she said about Ukraine. It is not in our best interest to get involved in that conflict. The Ukraine is not the good guy, ladies and gentlemen. It's not what America needs. We don't need to chase after kooky leaders who have a great PR campaign, but who are among the most corrupt leaders in all of elected office around the world. Now, with President Trump, nearly 100% certainty that he's going to get the GOP nomination, we need to be talking about what is this that President Trump stands to inherit when he takes office in January of 2025, when he's sworn in. And no one else is talking about it. I haven't found anybody. He's very likely to have something very crucial, and it's going to knock you on your chair. I'm almost convinced of it. This is something that every president wants. We have every functioning government needs, and we need, I think, when you think of how President Trump is going to behave in this term of his, this last 4-year stead that he's going to have in the White House. Wow. Can you imagine how he knows the game. He knows how the politic game is played. He knows the mechanics and the rubrics of it all now. There will be no wondering and guessing how to proceed. Executive power is going to be taking full advantage of those, and it will be incredible to watch. And when you couple that with what I'm about to tell you, it's going to make for an incredible 4 years. It's almost unbelievable, but you're going to have to believe it because it's the truth. And I'm going to tell you all about it when I come back from this break. Ladies and gentlemen, stay with me. The gift that President Trump will receive coming right up. Believe it. Cheers.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.
Hi, everybody. Doug Billings here on the set of my show, The Right Side. I am standing shoulder to shoulder with Mike Lindell and his employees over at mypillow.com. Use the promo code Billings when you go over there to mypillow.com. Everything that you need. You already know about the sheets, the pillows, obviously the pillows, the slippers, the best slippers in the world, ladies and gentlemen. They even have dog beds and pet beds over there. I've got 2 of them for my service dog, Jet. Absolutely, I do. MyPillow.com. Stand shoulder to shoulder with me and Mike Lindell as we support his employees as he endeavors to become one of the refounders, if you will, one of the refounding fathers of our republic. It's the least we can do. MyPillow.com, promo code Billings. Please, ladies and gentlemen, MyPillow.com, promo code Billings. Believe it. For the republic. Cheers.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.
I want to tell you about the good people over at EMP Shield, electromagnetic pulse, ladies and gentlemen. It can fry your home electrical system or your vehicle's electrical system. But if you attach one of these, now this is for your breaker box at home. There's a smaller version that goes on your battery of your car, your vehicle, that will prevent it from being fried in the event of an electromagnetic pulse. Because as you know, thanks to Administrator Biden, many people coming across the border now who don't exactly have the best of intentions. Protect yourself. EMPshield.com. Get huge discounts over there if you use the promo code Doug.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to The Right Side with Doug Billings, where I am fulfilling the meaning of life by entering into your life to make differences for the better. Believe it, for the republic. And by the way, you're doing it for me too. It's a two-way street here. We're making each other's lives better right here on the program, where you become members of the most intellectually mature audience in all of podcast land simply by virtue of being here. Thank you very much. And you can catch us, as you know, on every podcast platform and at dougbillings.us. Make sure you head over there as well. We appreciate it very much. Also, Live Younger with Doug.us. Live Younger with Doug.us. Learn how to activate your body's own stem cells and reverse the aging process. Reverse it. Live Younger with Doug.us, ladies and gentlemen. Head over there and get free information. You just get free information and check it out. All right, so the great gift that President Trump will have once he enters office in January next year, no one else reporting it, is this. Are you ready? Drum roll, please. If I had drums, we would play them. He's very likely going to have a Republican-controlled House and Senate, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it right. I'll let the collective gasp from the audience settle before I continue. A majority in the House and the Senate, ladies and gentlemen. And is it a wonder why no one else is talking about this in the radical left-led leaning mainstream media? Of course they're not reporting it. It terrifies the hell out of them. Trump in his last 4 years is an unfettered House and Senate giving him full support. Are you kidding me? That's the sheer sound of terror echoing across every Zoom call that's being held amongst and between the mainstream media all around the world. It's not being reported. Here's the scenario. Hear me out on this. Joe Manchin, all right, a Democrat, one of the only few real Democrats left in Washington, D.C., who hasn't succumbed to this blending and mixing of communism and socialism that has created really the Communist Socialist Party in Washington, in D.C. And that party, ladies and gentlemen, is no longer it never has been, a pro-America political party. When Manchin retires from the Senate, that will leave 50 Republicans right there. And when Trump wins the 2024 election, comes into office in 2025, he will bring with him a vice president. And that will, in case you live in Raytown, Missouri, that will give him the tiebreaker. The vice president that Trump brings will be the tiebreaker. And in the Senate, anything that the president wants to have done will get done. The Republican Party in control of the United States Senate beginning in 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. Joe Manchin is a decent guy, okay? He's an old school Democrat, hasn't succumbed to the blending of communism and socialism. Almost every other member of his party has done that. And he's leaving office because the Democrat Party left him. Absolutely left him. And he's not the only one. Not only in elected office, but around the country. People are leaving that party. I should say the Democrat Party has folded up and left and morphed into this Communist Socialist Party and left all of these traditional Democrats scratching their heads saying, wait a minute, this isn't what I signed up for. This agenda of politics, platform, and policy is not what I want, Mr. Communist Socialist-led Democrat Party. And West Virginia is a strong, where Manchin is from, again, if you're from Raytown, Missouri, West Virginia is a strong Republican state. They've got Jim Justice there, the current governor, and they've got Alex Mooney. He's a strong conservative congressman. Both are running in the primary for Joe Manchin's seat, and one of them will win it. And thus, and thereby, the control of the Senate will be delivered to the Republicans and to President Trump. You add this in with President Trump's vast popularity, the rising in polls, the lead in the polls that he has among every demographic out there, ladies and gentlemen. Black men running to the Republican Party and specifically President Trump in record numbers. You've got the independent voters supporting Trump in record numbers. More independent voters support Trump than any other candidate. Hispanics, Asians, and of course the almighty white male candidate pool, voter pool. They are supporting President Trump as well. You can't forget the white men, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone else, almost every other demographic It's Trump. And so Trump's coattails are going to become this gigantic sail ushering in the down ballots of hundreds of candidates. And it will even bolster our very slim lead in the House of Representatives. It's outstanding news. And you're hearing it here and only here. And ladies and gentlemen, it gets even better. Now, before I go into the next phase of this, this is not hopium. This is not just empty hope. You know me better than that. What I'm about to outline here for you is real. It's substantive. There are other gifts that President Trump will get. Now, we've talked about Manchin, right? Joe Manchin, his seat, Republicans that are there ready to take it. There are 5 other gifts. 5 other things. I mean, you can't make it up. And if I were to say this in any other context, you'd think I was crazy or making it up. 5 other gifts coming to President Trump when he takes office in January of 2025. And you're going to hear all 5 of them coming up right after this. Please head over to dougbillings.us and support my website. If you like what you're hearing here, if you like the truth, and if you like real hope and real news, head over to dougbillings.us and offer a voluntary subscription to the show over there. All right, the 5 other gifts President Trump is going to receive when he takes office, coming right up. I'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, for the Republic, cheers.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.
Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that you could change the trajectory of your aging process? Look and feel better, live younger, be more active, less pain when you move around, sleep better, diminish the lines and the wrinkles on your face? Really? This is what I'm telling you. It's possible. You see, low stem cell activity happens when we get older, and it could be causing many of the health problems that some people have in the world today. Because as we get older, we have less stem cell activity, which means we age faster and we heal slower. The secret is a clinically proven and patented phototherapy non-transdermal patch, whose technology is the result of over 90 clinical studies and over 20 years of research. Your healthier life can begin today, and you can discover true age reversal. Age reversal, ladies and gentlemen. Please go to liveyongerwithdoug.us. liveyongerwithdoug.us, ladies and gentlemen. Get over there today. Or if you'd like, text my name, Doug, to 41372. Doug, text it, 41372. And get over to liveyongerwithdoug.us. Get younger, feel younger. I'm doing it. I'm wearing this patch. I feel great, and so will you. God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. For the Republic, cheers.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.
I want to tell you about the good people over at EMP Shield, electromagnetic pulse, ladies and gentlemen. It can fry your home electrical system or your vehicle's electrical system. But if you attach one of these, now this is for your breaker box at home. There's a smaller version that goes on your battery of your car, your vehicle, that will prevent it from being fried in the event of an electromagnetic pulse. Because as you know, thanks to Administrator Biden, many people coming across the border now who don't exactly have the best of intentions. Protect yourself. EMPshield.com. Get huge discounts over there if you use the promo code Doug.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to The Right Side with Doug Billings, where truth, honor, and the American way rain down like manna from heaven. We're not afraid to talk about American exceptionalism and our unique and divinely inspired American identity. Not afraid at all to talk about it. So today, the gifts that President Trump will have when he takes office. Nobody else reporting it. Not one major news outlet reporting any of this because they know it to be true, and it scares the bejesus out of them. All of this that I have said, everything that I've outlined in the show so far, the Joe Manchin vacant seat, giving Trump the majority in the Senate, especially considering when he brings in his own vice president, giving him control of that body, and also bolstering our leadership and margins in the House of Representatives. So I mentioned before the break 5 other gifts that President Trump will receive when he takes office. And all of these gifts involve 5 additional seats that we haven't mentioned yet that are going to become vacant. And so let me work my way through this with you. Okay, there's 5 states where a Senate seat is going to be in play. So let's start with Montana. Up there, you've got John Tester. And as I look at the state of play in Montana, Tester, I don't know how he got in there. Montana is a vastly and very strong conservative state. John Tester is obviously not conservative, and he's going to go down in defeat. So Montana, seat number 1, boom, going to Trump. We have in Arizona, the person who, other than President Trump, has perhaps and probably the highest name recognition of any candidate out there. That's Kari Lake, running in a 3-way contest for the Senate out there in Arizona. Don't underestimate her, and don't underestimate the power, the dynamic, and the passion and charisma that she has. I had the opportunity to meet her at Mar-a-Lago some few months ago. She's every bit as smart and intelligent. I guess those mean the same thing, smart and articulate, as you see on TV. So Arizona, the seat, the Senate seat, look for Kari Lake to take it. We have Nevada, a state almost, if not equally, as corrupt as Arizona, going through their own Senate overturn this year. They have currently Jackie Rosen, who's the incumbent radical Democrat senator over there, who will probably lose in Nevada. There's an entire slate of Republican candidates running for that seat, and top of my list for that seat is Jim Marchant. I encourage you to look him up. His last name, Marchant, Jim Marchant of Nevada. Ohio, we have a true-blooded commu-socialist in the Senate by the name of Sherrod Brown. Now, Mr. Brown is facing opposition from several candidates, and among them is a guy by the name of Bernie Moreno, who I like and who is a solid conservative. And I don't get anything for mentioning these people's names, by the way. All right, just to be clear, just in case some of you kooks that tune in and want to give me a little conversation in social media. I've not spoken to any of these people. This is simply, as always, as you always get here, this is my take on the state of play in America and American politics and so forth. So Ohio is crucial. So we get Sherrod Brown out of there, and we get Bernie Moreno in. And Ohio is, a bellwether state. It's one of those states that determines the president in many, many respects. And then we have Pennsylvania. Now, this is where the Republican voters are coming to their senses after having nominated Dr. Oz, for crying out loud, which they should have never done. And they're realizing their mistake, and that's okay. Hey, you realize your mistake? That's good. We all make them. And so they're going to likely nominate the guy who Oz beat in that Republican primary, a guy by the name of David McCormick. And you look for him. McCormick will run against the incumbent Democrat governor, whose name is Bob Casey in Pennsylvania. So those 5 states, we should be able, you would think, to win at least 1, probably 3. But what if we win all 5 of them? I mean, I think 3 seats there are fairly good for us. What if we win all 5? Now, even if we win 1 or 2, it still gives us that lead in the Senate. Okay, so that's what we're going for, and this is incredible news. It's entirely possible that we could get all 5 of those seats, and that would be a great majority in the Senate for us. And then we have also the House. You got to think, I mentioned Trump's coattails earlier, and I'll get back to him. But we're going to be talking about this all year. We're going to be, my Determined Patriotism tour that many of you have heard me talk about, many of you have attended. I'm going to take it to each one of these states in 2024. We're going to go on the road. We're going to meet you people, you guys. I'm going to meet you. We're going to speak with you, talk with you, and going to make it a point to point all of this out. The fact that in these states, we have a real chance to hand Trump a majority in the Senate. So I'll get the details of that tour out to you as soon as I can. I'm flying down to Orlando, Florida next week to talk with a group of people about it, to put it together, to organize it. So I'll get with you, but just keep that in mind as we go forward. And so all of this adds up to substantial hope. It's a result of President Trump and what we call the ascendancy of a Republican Senate. It's going to be there for him. Conservative patriots in those states, West Virginia, Montana, Arizona, Nevada, Ohio, Pennsylvania, they need to take heed of this and get involved in their local levels to secure these elections and make it happen. And so do all of us in all of our states need to do the same thing. We can't let this opportunity escape us. You've got all of, the popularity of Trump in those coattails I was talking about, not only giving us a majority in the Senate, but adding to the majority, the very slim majority that we have in the House of Representatives. And you've got to think that in this election season, we're going to pick up more seats than the Democrats will in the House as well. So we've got to plan to recover our republic from this dastardly, nefarious, communist-socialist, formerly known as Democrat Party. There are no white hats, what an idiotic term, by the way, coming to save us. The formula by which we recover the republic was outlined by our founding fathers in our Constitution, which is a document that is divinely inspired by God and written by men. And that formula, that recipe, resides within and is itself we the people. That's how we save the republic. It's always been so. It's never changed. There are people out there trying to convince you in myths of devolution and military control. Nonsense. The truth, ladies and gentlemen. And that's why when you listen to this program, you become the most intellectually mature members of all of podcast land. It's the truth. And no other network out there is reporting these gifts that will be delivered to President Trump. And isn't that great? Isn't it marvelous? Now, our task is to get Trump there, to withdraw from the neocons and the rhinos like Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis, not his time, and support President Trump. That's how we do it, ladies and gentlemen. Share this. Share this news with your friends. No one else is talking about it because it scares the left to death. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you again next time. The Right Side with Doug Billings. Head over to dougbillings.us, please. I appreciate your support over there. God bless you. Believe it, ladies and gentlemen, for the Republic. Cheers.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.
Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that you could change the trajectory of your aging process? Look and feel better, live younger, be more active, less pain when you move around, sleep better, diminish the lines and the wrinkles on your face? Really? This is what I'm telling you. It's possible. You see, low stem cell activity happens when we get older, and it could be causing many of the health problems that some people have in the world today. Because as we get older, we have less stem cell activity, which means we age faster and we heal slower. The secret is a clinically proven and patented phototherapy non-transdermal patch, whose technology is the result of over 90 clinical studies and over 20 years of research. Your healthier life can begin today, and you can discover true age reversal. Age reversal, ladies and gentlemen. Please go to liveyoungerwithdoug.us. liveyoungerwithdoug.us, ladies and gentlemen. Get over there today. Or if you'd like, text my name, Doug, to 41372. Doug, text it, 41372. And get over to liveyoungerwithdoug.us. Get younger, feel younger. I'm doing it. I'm wearing this patch. I feel great. And so will you. God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. For the Republic. Cheers.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.
I want to tell you about the good people over at EMP Shield, electromagnetic pulse, ladies and gentlemen. It can fry your home electrical system or your vehicle's electrical system. But if you attach one of these, now this is for your breaker box at home. There's a smaller version that goes on your battery of your car, your vehicle, that will prevent it from being fried in the event of an electromagnetic pulse. Because as you know, thanks to Administrator Biden, many people coming across the border now who don't exactly have the best of intentions. Protect yourself. EMPshield.com. Get huge discounts over there if you use the promo code Doug.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.